Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Student. Welcome to the Academy of Chiropractic Doctors PI Program Consultations. I am very excited that you took the time to do this and make the commitment to your career, to your family, to yourself, just to be the best of the best through clinical excellence. Sit back and enjoy the consultations.
Being recorded with permission, and I'm on with Dr. Robert Conti from Hackensack, New Jersey. Good morning, Bob.
Hi, how are you, Mark?
I am fantastic. So, Bob, we've known each other for a long time.
Yep.
And really long time. And just recently, you've actually increased your participation in this program and upped your game, and you've had an incredible experience that I'd like you to share with everyone. But the reason I'm asking you, one is, we've shared the lecture stage together for years, where you've been the MC at least 21 times, actually. And you weren't there for the first 2 times, so it's been 19 times. And I know how articulate you are. But yesterday we had a jet boat day in the Hamptons, and I was with people from Seattle and all over the country, Houston, and everyone is telling me that it's like their practices are exploding, just exploding.
Yep.
And it seems the more credentials they get and the smarter they get, all of a sudden they don't know why it just happens.
Well,
so,
I can tell you from my standpoint, I was in the program a long time, and I was happy with the results that I was getting at the time. But I've always had this drive inside of me to be the best of the best. And hearing you speak and watching what you do inspired me to be better. And I'll be perfectly honest, last summer is when I started the trauma team courses, and I went through them. I did that all last summer. That's pretty much all I did last summer. And I got the qualifications, and I learned so much.
Well, we're in June right now, so you did this last summer, just so people have a time frame.
Right.
Go ahead.
So that was last summer. But now here's the thing. I was doing well with the program, and I was, kind of floating through, and everything was hunky-dory. Everything was fine. But like I said, I was inspired. And then when I started actually hearing the courses, I'm just one of these people that loves to learn. And I got so turned on. And I'm not saying this because you're on the phone with me, but I am so much better a doctor now than I ever was. And I have the confidence now that I never did. I mean, I was always pretty confident, but now I know that I know that I know. And, so the point is that it's made me, really bad to the bone, I'll say it like that. So with all that said, I started to tell the attorneys about my new credentials, and I would send them my credentials, my CV, and I would send them a sample narrative report. And my phone, Mark, to be perfectly honest with you right now, I'm at a point where I can't even handle it. I'm getting 4, 5, 6 PI cases a week, and that's never happened before. Now I have, I used to have 1 or 2 or 3 attorneys that would send to me, 1 big attorney, then 2 smaller attorneys. And now I have 10, maybe 12, maybe even more than that. I don't know the accurate number. But I have so many attorneys referring to me. Once they see the quality of the work, once they understand that you are the best of the best, they want you. I mean, it's as simple as that. And it takes no more mystery than do the work and you'll get the results. And that's just it. A lot of times my peers, my colleagues, they're a little lazy. I was a little lazy. But you get a little lazy and you get complacent, and then you want to be different. You want to have your practice grow, but you don't want to do anything different. Well, that's not going to work. You have to do the work. You have to become knowledgeable. You have to be the real deal, because I tell all the attorneys, listen, man, I can tell you I am the real deal. You can look at my credentials. You can talk to other people. You could read my report. Read one of my reports, I would tell them, and say, and then you tell me that this is not the best narrative report you ever read. So that's how I've been selling myself, and let me tell you, it's working.
Could you talk for a moment, and you're in New Jersey, which is by far the narrowest state when it comes to
Absolutely.
Lawyers and courts because of voir dire. So could you talk about your voir dire experience?
Yes, I would love to talk about my voir dire experience. So in Bergen County, New Jersey, it is very tough to get approved to testify at MRI. We had a law decision up here a number of years ago that said if you're not trained,
January 3rd, 2013.
It was Lamb versus Allstate. Is that the one?
Oh, no, that's a different one. Lamb v. Allstate was a result of NJSA 4A-6A, which is January 2013,
right,
where the governor at the bequest of State Farm, instituted a very narrow standard to be able to testify.
Right.
So, but
so
then
the
you
point
have
was,
a court ruling which mimicked that, which precluded you from testifying in court.
I actually got my MRI credential through you, Mark, and through the State University of New York School of Medicine up at Buffalo in 2014. All right, so since that time, I've been voir dired, I would say maybe 6 times. The last 2 times, the judges knew about my credentials, and they said, no, he's qualified. He doesn't have to be voir dired. But the whole point was, it was the key thing was that course, because they are looking for AMA credits. They're not interested in chiropractic credits, unfortunately, even though the courses that I took through the chiropractic college, I actually helped organize the course with Dr. Brownstein through the ANJC to get that MRI program started in New Jersey before you came along. And up to that time, that's all we had. The judges are not impressed by chiropractic credentials. That's just sad but true. And when I had AMA credits and I showed the CV with all the different courses and all the topics that we've covered, every single judge said, he's an expert. Dr. Conte, you can speak to anything on the MRIs you'd like to speak to. And I did.
Awesome. Now, the other thing is you are in probably the most congested area in the country that I have for credentialed doctors.
Right.
I mean, you've got someone 2 blocks from you, Dr. Centineo is the next town over, which is a 10-minute car ride.
Right.
You've got another doctor up in Englewood who's almost credentialed. You got someone in Bergenfield who's you've got like 5 or 6 doctors within a 15-minute ride of you.
Right.
Does it matter?
Nope. Let me listen, even in my whole career, and this may sound, weird, may sound funny, I never know who the hell is practicing in my own town. I've never had, I advertised the first year and a half that I was in practice. I'm in practice now going on 37 years. Mm-hmm. The first year and a half I did some marketing because I didn't know anybody. I came to Hackensack, didn't know one soul. Mm-hmm. So I had to advertise the first year and a half. Ever since then, it's been a referral practice. And truthfully, when people say, I went to this other doctor, he's in Hackensack Hill. What's his name? I never heard of him. Because it was never, I never had competition in terms of, I always had a solid practice because, and you know what? Here's the other thing, Mark. I want to shout out to my colleagues here since this is going to be broadcast. I want to tell you guys one thing that is the 2 most important things to me is this. I practice with 2 things: personal integrity and clinical excellence, period. Personal integrity is paramount. You always do everything for the right reason. You don't ever do anything that benefits you. You do everything that benefits the patient, and then you will benefit. But everybody seems to have, not everybody, but a lot of people have this backwards. And they run the scams, they do the practice management stuff, and that's all wrong. If you take care of your people 100%, you give 100% of your effort to them to get them well, your office is always going to be full. And that's the best marketing you could ever do.
Yeah, it just works well. Okay, lastly, and for me, which is number 1, is compliance.
Yes. And
I know you're a nut when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
And documentation.
Right.
So, the bottom line is, I'll just say, you can't cut a corner. And you and I have had long conversations about that. Not that you cut corners, but you wanted making sure you didn't miss anything.
And I dot my I's and I cross my T's. I double check my notes. And the other thing, we all have EMRs and we all have different ones. The one that I have, fortunately for me, is it has the dictation capability. So I have Dragon Medical inserted into my EMR so that I customize when not every note needs to be customized, but when it needs to be, I just open up my little microphone, I speak into it, and my notes are bad. Bad to the bone. I was recently recruited by the insurance companies. They wanted me to do IMEs. They said, we saw your notes, we see how thorough you are, we want you to work for us. I said, well, no thanks. But it was because of the work that I'm doing and the completeness of my record keeping. That's why they wanted me.
Well, Bob, I want to thank you. First of all, you told me before we started recording you're going to be a grandfather for the first time.
Yes,
Mazel tov, as we say in our clan, and it's going to be very exciting for you. And I really am, after all these years, other than I consider you a friend, I am very, very proud of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mark. And again, I'm not blowing smoke.
No, I understand.
I have said this many times to you when I've introduced you at different meetings.
Mm-hmm.
I say, you're my friend, but you are also my mentor, and I would not be anywhere near the doctor that I am today were it not for you. So I owe you.
I appreciate that.
Big shout
well,
out. Thanks.
I very much appreciate it, and it's been great. So listen, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to your patients,
Thank you,
and
buddy.
I'll chat with you soon. Okay?
All right. Talk soon.
Thanks, Bob. Bye.
All right. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the podcast you just heard, and it's been my pleasure to bring this to you. Please understand that this is a very small piece of the puzzle, and it is my goal to bring you many, many pieces of the puzzle so that the picture can become clearer, your practice can thrive, chiropractic can thrive, and I at least can be a small part of that in your life, and it's my pleasure. So again, if you want to chat, give me a jingle, 631-786-4253. That's 631-786-4253. Or go to our website at Teach, T-E-A-C-H, Chiros, CHIROS.com. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you or chatting with you on our next podcast. Have a great day.